Toyota did in fact make a Raptor SUV. Before we get in this video, link to Carl Malone Toyota's website in the description down below for providing us with this 4Runner. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get right into it. Under the hood, we have a hybrid turbo 2.4 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 23 around town, 24 on the highway. Power outputs are 326 horsepower and then 465 pound-feet of torque. And this has the TRD air intake, which is supposed to help out with airflow, but also make it sound a little bit cooler. I'm trying to get to 500K subscribers before the end of the year, so I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. Now, is this hood vent functional? No, but does it look kind of cool? Yeah, or actually a little bit more than kind of cool. Speaking of cool, the 4Runner TRD Pro gets the upgraded headlights that are also on the Limited and the Trail Hunter. The grille has been completely blacked out, including the Toyota logo. There's also a camera at the top of the logo. This comes with rigid fog lights from the factory as well as a light bar. You've got recovery points here in the bottom, and then this does have skid plate protection underneath as well. And when you put it all together, especially finished in black, this thing is wide and aggressive. Tire wheel setup is 265 by 70 by 18. You've got the blacked out TRD wheels with the red center cap, and they purposefully have less tread on the tires and a softer tire for initial ride quality. But just so you know, you can fit 34-inch tall tires with this from the factory, from what people have told me. Anyways, we have the TRD tuned suspension shocks. You also have the upper control arms that are special for this car. Now, on every single TRD Pro, the fender flares are black, so paint matched on this one, obviously. You've got the TRD Pro badge there on the side, and then it has the Predator side steps. And then in the rear, this is where you guys can see the Fox shocks. I will say the stance with this TRD Pro 4Runner from the factory is really sharp looking. This leads us to the key fob, where we've got our lock and unlock function, the opening for the hatch. You've got the Toyota logo there, and then the 4Runner logo on the back. Now, speaking of the rear, it is quite spacious here on the back. You guys can see cup holders on either side. But yeah, there's no third row in the back of the 4Runner. The load floor is raised because of the hybrid system. You do have a little bit of storage underneath on the front section, just like other 4Runners. And then you do get the upgraded 2400 watt outlet there in the back too. So yeah, you do concede some vertical space, but overall it's pretty practical. And it is power for the hatch, unlike the previous gen TRD Pro that was manual. I've got the new taillight design, and I think it's really cool with how it's all kind of smoked out. And then just like other 4Runners, press this button, that will open up the rear glass with power. Blacked out Toyota badge, and then it says TRD Pro there at the bottom, stamped into the tailgate here. Looks like we've got a full-size spare underneath, and you can see the receiver hitch cover there. So finally seeing one of these in person, I think this looks really cool for the new 4Runner. Let's now pop inside. Now, just like the Trail Hunter, it's actually soft touch at the top, and you can see the red stitching down below, and then a cup holder off to the side. Now, this is really cool with the seats. You've got the camo print all down the center. Again, more red stitching on the sides. The legroom's not massive back here, but cool floor mats with the tire tread there on it. And they got a little bit of storage here on the back of the seat. Vents for the rear passengers. We also have USB ports and another outlet. And then headroom back here. It's not enormous, but I do fit back here pretty well. Let's now pop up front. Now, the top portion of the door panel actually has red stitching, unlike the rear door panel, and then the rest of it's all red down below. TRD Pro there on the carbon fiber trim. I don't think it's real carbon fiber, but still looks cool. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. We have memory seats. We also have power folding function with the mirrors, and then you've got the nice window controls. Now we've got 895 pounds of payload capacity, and then this weighs about 5,600 pounds. More nice trim here on the front seat with the red stitching and the camo. The seat's power adjustable, has lumbar support. The steering wheel is power adjustable as well. You've got controls to turn on the outlet, for example, 4 auxiliary switches to open up the gas cap and the hatch. Then you have the button down below to turn on the TRD light bar. Looks like this does not have color changing fog lights like the Trail Hunter, but it does have pretty fancy looking pedals. Start her up. You get the TRD Pro specific steering wheel with the red marker there at the top, TRD at the bottom. And it's a cool steering wheel with the perforated trim and chunky rugged design. Anyways, adaptive cruise control with lane centering on the right side. We've got our volume and voice command controls on the left-hand side, and then just traditional stocks there on the back. Full digital gauge cluster here in the center. You can change what this displays, and by the way, you can customize each of those side screens and the center screen with the digital gauge cluster, so it's really customizable in terms of the information that you see. And then this is where the drive modes will also pop up with the TRD Pro. Now those are the on-road drive modes. I just popped it in 4-wheel high. If I press MTS, this will let me go through the MTS modes. For 4-wheel high, you've got dirt, sand, mud, deep snow, and I guess I'll quickly pop it into 4-wheel low. And then in 4-wheel drive low, we've got auto, sand, mud, and rock. Just to be clear, we're not driving on the road in 4-wheel drive low. I guess taking a look at the dash, it's just a bunch of plastic, and this does have the cool JBL. This one doesn't have it installed, but it does have that. The hood scoop there is funny. Now this has Toyota's fancy 360 camera system. Great resolution, you can see at a bunch of different angles. It even has an off-road mode that'll show you the pitch and the roll as well. And then as for the infotainment system, shortcut bar here on the side, it's very quick to respond, and it's just Toyota's infotainment system they have on all their other cars, but just bigger. Up the Toyota there on the dash, and again, you got this like carbon fiber print there, storage above the glove box, and then you just have a regular glove box. Again, nice trim on the exterior. We have some physical controls here in this area for stuff like the volume at the top, climate controls on either side, dual zone climate, by the way, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel too. I do like these little toggle switches. It feels cool when you adjust the climate. Wireless phone charging pad, and then we do have some USB ports and 12 volt next to it. This does come with the red TRD shifter. It doesn't have it installed. Salt Lake Valley has a huge theft problem, so a lot of cars will have items taken out of them so that the thieves don't take them. This does come with a regular parking brake and then auto hold. I should say electronic, not regular, but yeah. Now you twist to change the drive mode, and then you can click in for tow haul, MTS, crawl control, and then the little shifter there at the top, this section here you push in there, is for the drive line. This does have a part-time 4-wheel drive system with 4-wheel low. This is for your trailer backup assist, the 360 camera, rear locking differential, and then it has a stabilizer bar disconnect. Got some cup holders here, center consoles, got good storage. Nice trim here on the top, again with more of that red stitching. Camera rear view mirror, which is always a nice feature to have. Now we have a couple controls up here. One is for the power sliding rear window, and then the other is for the sunroof, and it just has a regular sunroof up top. So, it's been raining, but anyways, 2025 TRD Pro. There's a few options, but most everything's standard. Base MSRP, $66,900. After destination and everything, $70,047. So here's my quick 2 cents on the new TRD Pro. First off, when it comes to the looks, this looks absolutely fantastic. This and the Trail Hunter are definitely the best looking 4Runners from the factory, and I think I might like this a little bit more than the Trail Hunter. In black, it kind of hides some of the stuff. I saw one in Mudbath the other day, and that looked incredible. Now this suspension and shock system is obviously for more high-speed off-roading, but the thing that I think is cool about this is it's more unique than what you have in the Trail Hunter. The Trail Hunter suspension system doesn't perform too differently from a TRD off-road, where this is going to feel significantly different. It gives the 4Runner TRD Pro that Raptor-like feel, where it kind of handles more sports car-like on-road, and then off-road you've got really good dampening. It soaks up the bumps so much better. So I do think this is the most unique version of the new 4Runner, because again, the Trail Hunter kind of just builds on top of the TRD off-road, whereas this is a Raptor 4Runner. This is unlike anything that we have ever seen with the 4Runner in the past. And I think the camo interior just feels a little bit more unique than the Trail Hunter. The Trail Hunter has those gray seats, they're not bad, but this is just cooler. Now $70,000 is definitely a ton of money for a 4Runner, but again, this gives us something that we haven't seen with the 4Runner before, is again a Raptor 4Runner. The previous gen TRD Pro was just kind of, again, an upgrade package on a TRD off-road, whereas this is something new. It's something unique with the performance that it provides off-road and on-road. So I'm not going to say, hey, yeah, it's definitely worth the $70,000, but I will say it's really cool and it's really capable, and I hope that Toyota sends one out for me to demo for a week so I can take one of these off-road and see how it boogies. That's all, and I will see all of you in the next video.